at the moment is the fact that the Prime Minister's Lok Sabha constituency of Varanasi is where the Battle of UP is now going to be fought. The ancient temple town has turned into a political battlefield. Heavyweights, particularly from the BJP, including a dozen union ministers and the Prime Minister himself, have converged for the final phase of election. Both sides, including Mr. Modi, Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav, will hold road shows tomorrow. It appears that the Prime Minister has made this a prestige battle now.
More than 2 years ago, Narendra Damodar Das Modi, then the Prime Minister, banks of the river that fed a civilization for centuries, Modi asked Uttar Pradesh to trust him, to give him one chance to change India. The temple town of Varanasi put faith in him, so did Uttar Pradesh, gifting him the BJP's biggest tally ever from the state, 71 out of 80. But that was then. Does he still have the trust of Varanasi? Modi, Uttar Pradesh's adopted son as he calls himself, is taking no chances as he leads his party from the front in the war for the throne in Lucknow. The Prime Minister will land in Varanasi on Saturday for a high-octane campaign that will see him address a public rally and visit the Kashi Vishwanath Temple and Kal Bhairav Temple in a road show. That is not all. An entire army of BJP top guns and union ministers, 13 at last count, are camping in town, led by Amit Shah, who has shifted the war room here. From Arun Jaitley to Rajnath Singh, from Uma Bharati to Smriti Irani, the BJP is fielding one minister per day to list the union government's achievements, prompting the opposition to claim that the BJP is jittery.
I didn't know that the opposition was so mindful of each step the Bharatiya Janata Party takes. And I think that the very fact that the opposition is scrutinizing every move of the Bharatiya Janata Party in fact reflects the fact.
This is reason for BJP to be concerned. The party is facing a tough fight in at least 3 assembly seats, including Pindra, represented by Congress strongman Ajay Rai, and Varanasi South. The Congress and the SP, bolstered by their alliance, are nursing hopes of upsetting the BJP on PM's home turf. For the BJP, on the other hand, after spending so much firepower in Varanasi, nothing less than a clean sweep will suffice. It will be the icing on the cake if they were to win Uttar Pradesh finally. Prime Minister Modi will settle for nothing less than that. Bureau Report, India Today.
And one of the key constituencies is in the heart of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Varanasi Lok Sabha constituency. Varanasi South has become a prestigious seat for the Prime Minister, a seat that the BJP has not lost since 1989. But now, with its sitting 7-time MLA Shyamdev Rao Chaudhary being dropped by the party, the BJP is facing a tough fight from a former Congress MP, Dr. Rajesh Mishra, who's taking on the BJP's Neelkant Tiwari. I was in Varanasi 2 days ago. This is my ground report from Varanasi South.
The Prime Minister may be holding big rallies, but door-to-door campaigning in Varanasi's bylanes has always been the preferred way to reach out to voters in the congested old city. Through the winding lanes, we catch up with BJP's Neelkant Tiwari, a young leader making his electoral debut after replacing a popular 7-time BJP MLA Shyamdev Chaudhary.
2-3 उपलब्धियां मोदी जी की क्या है बनारस के लिए, ये डॉक्टर मिश्रा का कहना है। कहां है ये? कहते हैं वादे बहुत हुए, काम कुछ नहीं हुआ।
यह तो अंधे को कुछ दिखाई नहीं देगा, ये कहानी है। लेकिन मैं आपको इतना बताऊं, पूरे बनारस में विकास की गंगा बह रही है। आप हमारे विधानसभा का एक नवाबगंज क्षेत्र है, कबीर नगर जाकर के देख लीजिए, आपको लगेगा कि आप पेरिस और अमेरिका में आ गए हैं। पेरिस में, अमेरिका में आ गए हैं, आप जाके देखिए। अभी यहीं पर देख लीजिए, आप जा करके कबीर नगर में देख लीजिए।
आप कह रहे हैं यानी एक तरह से मोदी जी वाराणसी को पेरिस बना रहे हैं।
वाराणसी,
लेकिन मैं रास्ते देखता हूँ, यहाँ देखिए जिस तरह से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है,
काम हो रहा है,
लेकिन होगा खत्म
नहीं।
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वायर्स, रास्ते, ट्रैफिक
2 महीने में हो जाएगा। ये सड़क 1-2 महीने में ठीक होने वाली है।
आप हिंदू मुस्लिम एक तरह से डिवाइड करना चाहते हैं वाराणसी में, पूर्वांचल में।
एक लाइन की बात आपको मैंने बताई, फिर बता रहा हूँ, हम बांटने का काम नहीं करते। हम ये चाहते हैं कि कोई तुष्टीकरण न हो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का हमेशा ये नीति रहा है कि तुष्टीकरण नहीं होना चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नीति रही है कि समाज का हर तबका, यह हिंदू यदि कोई है तो उसने अपराध नहीं किया है हिंदुस्तान में पैदा होकर के। यदि मुस्लिम कोई है तो उसको अभिशाप नहीं है भारत पर। हमारा ये मानना है कि हिंदू यदि पैदा हुआ तो वो पाप नहीं किया, और मुस्लिम है तो अभिशाप नहीं है। हम सबको एक साथ।
पर आपका टारगेट वोट हिंदू वोट है,
हमारा नहीं टारगेट वोट है। हम तो सबसे मिल रहे हैं। कल हम जा करके यहाँ पर मुस्लिम बस्तियों मिले के घर संपर्क किए, सबने बड़ा प्यार दिया। लेकिन लोग समाज को, कांग्रेस के लोग, सपा के लोग, वो डर बना करके वोट बैंक बनाने का काम मुस्लिमों को करते हैं।
The odds are heavily stacked in favor of the BJP since this is the PM's constituency. But the Congress candidate, Dr. Rajesh Mishra, is no pushover. A former MP, he is counting on drawing in the BJP's traditional upper caste vote, apart from the large Muslim vote bank in the area.
The Congress is seen as a marginal player for the main part in Uttar Pradesh politics. Some even say it's the Kamzor Kadi or the weak link in its alliance with the Samajwadi Party. But one of the few places where the Congress is in the fight is here in Varanasi city, because all 3 seats have been given to the Congress. The strongest candidate possibly is Dr. Rajesh Mishra, someone who's been a former MP. But can he and the Congress really stop the Modi and BJP juggernaut in Varanasi? तैयार बिल्कुल?
एकदम तैयार।
हाँ?
एकदम तैयार।
ये बताइए कि ये कहा जाता है कि कांग्रेस जो है इस चुनाव में ज्यादातर फाइट में नहीं है, कुछ तो आपको कहते हैं कमजोर कड़ी है। किस तरह से आप देखते हैं जब लोग कहते हैं कि कांग्रेस कमजोर हो गई है, वर्कर कम है, लीडर ज्यादा हैं?
ऐसा जो कहने वाले लोग होंगे, या तो वो विरोधी दल के लोग होंगे भाजपा के, या तो उनसे प्रभावित लोग होंगे।
ये पोलराइज होगा इस बार चुनाव, पोलराइज होगा।
ये सारे हिंदू हैं, मैं ब्राह्मण हूँ बाई कास्ट, मुझसे बड़ा शिव भक्त कोई नहीं है। ये सब नकली भक्त है, मैं सही का भक्त हूँ। ये इस बार का चुनाव इनके बस में नहीं है बनारस में कि ये पोलराइज करा लें। मैं इनको
बनारस नहीं पोलराइज होगा इस बार।
सुन लीजिए, मोदी जी बनारस में 3 दिन रुकेंगे। अमित शाह जी 3 दिन पहले से कैंप किए हुए हैं। इनके 14 मंत्री बनारस में हैं, और जहां से मैं चुनाव लड़ रहा हूं शहर दक्षिणी से, मैं इनको हिंदू बेल्ट में ना हरा दिया चुनाव तो मेरा राजनीति
थैंक यू।
At the city's famous Ram Bhandar, well known for its early morning kachori sabzi, we spark off a debate over who will win the seat. We can raise the question of whether Varanasi is now a cleaner city or not under the Prime Minister's Swachh Bharat and Smart City programs.
सफाई तो सर सुधरी है थोड़ी सी।
वही है,
हाँ,
सफाई होती है।
हाँ, सफाई होती है। ट्रैफिक थोड़ा सा बनारस पुराना है, और यहाँ पे सड़क जो चौड़े नहीं हो पाते। जो काशी पुराना काशी है जो
जी,
उसमें क्या है कि विकास प्राधिकरण अलाउ नहीं करता तोड़ने के लिए।
लेकिन कुछ फर्क पड़ा है, सफाई में पड़ा है।
फर्क पड़ा।
एनीथिंग हैज इम्प्रूव्ड और नॉट? लिटिल बिट थोड़ा हो रहा है।
सफाई होती है, 2 बार झाड़ू लगते हैं।
हाँ,
लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा जो ड्रास्टिक चेंज जिसको कहा जाता है ऐसा तो कुछ हुआ नहीं।
कोई ड्रामेटिक चेंज नहीं हुआ, लेकिन थोड़ा सा हुआ है। शहर की जो स्थिति है वो सुधरी है क्या? नहीं,
शहर तो और दिन पे दिन बदतर होता जा रहा है। यहाँ सिस्टम नहीं है,
ट्रैफिक वगैरह वैसे की वैसे है।
यहाँ सिस्टम से काम नहीं होता है।
In a sense, while the UP verdict will decide who will form the next government in Lucknow, the battle for Varanasi has now become a prestige fight for the Prime Minister and his team. With Rajdeep Sardesai in Varanasi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me then raise the question that ground report sets the stage. Is Prime Minister Modi's prestige now at stake in Varanasi? What explains the visit of over 10 ministers in the last few days to Varanasi? Is the BJP getting jittery in the last lap as the opposition claims? Top ministers on poll duty. What happens to governance if everyone is going to move to Varanasi? These are just some of the questions that I want to raise. Okay, time then for our face-off today. Let's go straight to our face-off, because joining me now is the BJP's evergreen Sambit Patra and the Congress's new spokesperson Pawan Khera, who himself is in Varanasi. Appreciate both of you joining us. Sambit Patra, the Prime Minister is going to be spending the next 3 days in Varanasi. He's done 31 rallies now across UP, and he intends to do some kind of a road show tomorrow. This heavy investment in Varanasi, is it a sign of nervousness or a sign that he wants to build some momentum for his party?
Rajdeep, as far as hard work is concerned, hard work is never a sign of nervousness. Preparedness is never a sign of nervousness. And let me very candidly tell you, Rajdeep, sometimes when I look into Mr. Narendra Modi, watch him on the television channels and see the amount of hard work Mr. Narendra Modi, the present Indian Prime Minister, is putting into everything, I'm really awestruck. I mean, I don't understand as to how Mr. Modi gets such amount of energy. It is
he's spending all his time campaigning.
Rather,
Sambit Patra, he's to focus on governance or campaigning. Is this a state election which he has decided to invest so much of political capital on?
That's the beauty of it. I mean, he spends a bit of time in a day campaigning, most of the time in Delhi looking after governance. He's not like any other chief minister who, after campaigning for all the while, goes and spends considerable amount of time in some destination trying to recuperate and rejuvenate, and then spends 33 lakh of the state exchequer. Nor is he like Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who would love to fly to a foreign destination after finishing off all these elections to rest and recover. He is continuously in work. And as far as the prestige issue is concerned, Mr. Rajdeep, let me tell you, I mean, I'm baffled with the fact that Mr. Narendra Modi appears to be the only student who is appearing in examinations since 2012. Since 2012, every election becomes an examination where Mr. Narendra Modi's prestige daw pe laga rehta hai.
Because he likes it that way, Sambit. He likes to put him on himself on test. It almost appears as if that he relishes that idea. He relishes being a 24/7 campaigner.
That's great. I mean, if that is the thing that you would say, then I would say that he's a fighter. He is a fighter. He continuously fights throughout his life. In fact, the message of his life is struggle. The message of his life is inching his way forward through struggle. He does not sit back, relax and rest even for a while. And this most of the opponents would also concede to. I'm thankful that we have such a system in place, such a man as our Prime Minister, and such a man who is leading the party, that at least we youngsters have to learn so much from them. And I'm so sorry to state that many of our opposition parties, including the Congress parties, have leaders who are nowhere to be seen. My question is, where is Priyanka Gandhi? Where is Sonia Gandhi? Rather than questioning them, where are they? Why should we be questioning? Why are we campaigning?
Good point. And let me take that to Pawan Khera. Pawan Khera, at least the BJP is hungry for victory. The Prime Minister, the union ministers are showing a hunger to win. Where is that hunger in the Congress? Where are the Congress leaders traveling across UP? You've got Rahul Gandhi, who does a couple of rallies or the odd road show. He's not sure. I mean, the party certainly has not shown that hunger. It's a one-man show. Priyanka Gandhi did half a rally. Sonia Gandhi missing in action. I don't see any of your top leaders crisscrossing UP. Why? You know, at least the Prime Minister is putting his political capital into Uttar Pradesh. The Congress doesn't have anyone to compete with the BJP, it appears. Where are your leaders?
Rajdeep, may I? Yeah, Rajdeep, first of all, I hope after this brilliant speech by Sambit Patra on national television, he gets a promotion in BJP. It was a very, very good job, I must say. And I don't know why every journalist, senior journalist from Delhi can only see Modi everywhere and they refuse to see other leaders crisscrossing the state, as you say. What do you mean couple of rallies? Rahul Gandhi has been all over the place. As far as Priyanka Gandhi is concerned, she's not an office bearer of the party, yet she's contributing in her own backroom management of the election. And no, it's more than a couple of rallies a day, and it's a huge campaign that he has planned, and tomorrow you will see the road show. I mean, come on, that's running down the Congress just because
he's a one-man show. The BJP
you want to please someone is not a good idea.
It's a one-man show. It's Akhilesh and Rahul.
I'm sorry, but that is said about Narendra Modi. I'm sorry, when it comes to the one-man show, whether it's in the government or in the party, it's Narendra Modi. Right now, he's feeling desperate. He's getting scared, and of course, everybody, they're most welcome to campaign. They should campaign. The entire cabinet is here after 2 long weeks. Today, Rajnath Singh ji went back to office after 2 weeks. Now, yes, you're right. He's absolutely always on campaign mode, but the results of governance, we can't see anything. I'm told that the files go to the PMO and they never come out because the Prime Minister is hardly working as a Prime Minister. He's working as a BJP leader. And as far as hunger for power is concerned, I would rather call it lust for power. Fair enough. Rahul Gandhi may not have the lust for power. He really wants the Congress to win. We all want the Congress to win, not just because we want to win, but we really want to defeat these regressive forces. And it's an arduous task. It's difficult, but all elections are difficult. We are campaigning and we'll win, and you'll see the results.
Can I come to you then, Sambit Patra, taking up from what Pawan Kheda is claiming, that governance is suffering. The Home Minister has spent much of the last month, he's from Uttar Pradesh, campaigning across the state. The Prime Minister is almost every day for the last month in Uttar Pradesh. There is the argument being made that he is a BJP leader first and then the Prime Minister at the moment, when it should be the other way around. Prime Minister should not be spending so much time campaigning, they should be spending more time on governance. How do you respond to the argument that governance is suffering with the amount of time the Prime Minister is spending now in Uttar Pradesh?
Now, I would in fact answer this in a very different way, saying that look, for the first time in all these years of India's history, for the first time the budget was presented on 1st February with the view that, well, let the money which is due to the people and for the various schemes roll out at the exact financial year so that schemes and governance does not suffer. So that is the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. As far as the amount of work Mr. Modi puts in towards governance, let me tell you, this is a small world now. It's a technical world now. Even if Mr. Modi is in Lucknow for a short span of time, is in Banaras for a short span of time in a day or in a week, he can naturally devote that same amount of time from there itself for governance. There are different modalities and technicalities. You can work that out. But thirdly, to the question of Mr. Khera, that we are desperate. Mr. Khera, you are a good friend of mine and you're a good person. I would ask you this question. Shouldn't you be desperate? Just imagine, despite the fact that we have got a historic mandate in 2014, despite the fact that we are getting historic mandates in most of the local elections, and today we are in 12 states in the country, and you're almost in a wiping out spree, shouldn't you be desperate? If despite all this, if you are not desperate, that only God save you, no one can save you then, sir.
No, one minute. I just want to understand this. Has this election...
I would like to respond to that, Rajdeep.
Yeah, quick response. Yes, go ahead.
Look, desperation doesn't mean you stoop to a level at which no other Prime Minister has ever stooped in terms of his language, in terms of the way he's speaking, attacking people personally. Desperation is fine. We are all desperate to sort of reach somewhere, fair enough. But you can't stoop, you can't compromise on the fundamentals of the dignity of the institution of the Prime Minister. Look at the way he's campaigning. We have no problem. Let the Prime Minister campaign, park himself in Varanasi for 3 days. That shows his not just desperation, his paranoia. He can read the writing on the wall. We can all see that. I have been in Varanasi for the last fortnight. We all know what's happening in Varanasi. And I'm told Amit Shah ji has threatened all the MPs of Uttar Pradesh, BJP MPs of Uttar Pradesh, that if they don't get 3 seats per parliament constituency, they'll not get a ticket. I hope this threat was also for the Prime Minister, and therefore he's responding to that threat, and he's here.
No, 1 minute.
So, I mean, desperation, don't hide behind desperation and start abusing your opponents.
No, who is desperate, we will know, of course, in the next week. But I just want to understand this, Sambit Patra. Is Prime Minister Modi...
Right now, the people of Varanasi are desperate for a change.
Now, you're saying they are desperate for a change. The BJP talks of Parivantar, but I want to understand, Sambit Patra, when the Prime Minister invests so much of his personal capital and he's entitled to, many would say, is he willy-nilly pushing himself into a situation where every election is becoming a test of his popularity? That he wants to test himself. That's the kind of person he is. He's like the student who wants an exam every few months. He likes the idea of campaigning. He loves the idea of being in the election battlefield, and that is what is drawing him to Uttar Pradesh rather than focusing on the Prime Minister's office.
See, all this sums up into one thing. When you say that he loves campaigning, when you say that he loves working, when you say that he loves spending energy, all this sums up to one fact, that he's a hard-working Prime Minister and a hard-working man. And let me tell you, hard work is never a demerit. Hard work is always a virtue. It's always a merit. As far as nervousness and despair is concerned, I would say that the Congress and the Samajwadi Party combined is the alliance of nervousness. Had they not had nervousness, and as Samajwadi Party had been projecting itself as the harbinger of development, what was the need of this kind of alliance? The alliance that they had to stitch with the Congress party itself shows that both of these parties, which only a few fortnight ago were saying that they would test their waters alone and they would emerge victorious alone, had to come up with this alliance of nervousness, only points that these two are the party in despair. As far as we are concerned, let me tell you, hats off to this Prime Minister, hats off to the party president, that we have such hard-working men, that the future generation of this party...
So you say hard-working, but on the ground, Banaras, not much change in Banaras. I mean, the Prime Minister first said he would turn Banaras into Kyoto. Now his member told me on camera he's going to make it Paris. I mean, let's be honest. One appreciates the hard work, but where are the results on the ground? We are
and
still
then they
waiting.
say that
the
it's a smart city. Then they also bring the smart city. They keep changing the narrative.
No, 1 minute, Mr. Khera. Mr. Khera, this question was for Sambit. Quick response and then I'll get a final word.
That's a very pertinent question.
Yes.
No, but you must have gone around Banaras, and there are certain things which really has transformed there. One example is in one portion, I would not say complete Banaras, in one portion of Banaras, the idea of Mr. Modi that there should be underground wires, there should be no dangling wires. I myself went and I saw that. That was fantastic. Road widening has started, but rightly pointed out to the people themselves, since it's a heritage city, you just cannot overnight remove the buildings and start road widening. But even that has started, and that has, well, that third thing is the weavers. Textile industry, look at the care that has been taken about the weavers in the textile industry. So everything is in work, and yes, it was promised that we'll transform into Kyoto, which is the temple town in Japan. But you also realize, Rajdeep, all these things do not happen just in a year or so. The work has started, and you can be assured that there would be tremendous changes in the years to come in Banaras, in the lines of what he has done in Gujarat.
Can I just get a final word from you, Pawan Khera? The fact is, this is a city which has been dominated by the BJP for 2 decades and more. To that extent, will you concede that you are facing a very tough battle? It is still advantage BJP. Final word. That when you have Narendra Modi on one side, Rahul Gandhi cannot compare to Narendra Modi in terms of charisma and popularity. Tomorrow, both will have road shows. Will you concede that it is still advantage Mr. Modi in Varanasi? And for you to defeat them in Varanasi will mean a major upset. Quick response.
No, that's your opinion. That's your opinion that Rahul Gandhi cannot match. We'll see who will match. And Sambit ji, राजा को खुद नहीं राज करना पड़ता, राजा का प्रताप राज करता है. रोज नहीं तलवार निकाल के निकल जाना चाहिए राजा को. उसका वो पॉलिटिकल कैपिटल खत्म हो जाता है. माफी चाहता हूं, हिंदी में समझा रहा हूं ताकि सबको समझ में आए. Prime Minister of India cannot lower the office of the Prime Minister by taking out the sword every... साहब, हमें मालूम है राजा क्या, सेवक तो पहले हुआ करते थे 2.5 साल पहले, अब वाले तो राजा हैं. हमें वाराणसी वालों ने बताया. ये आज कहावत भी हमने वाराणसी में सुनी है.
सर, लेट्स लीव इट देयर. हु इज अ राजा एंड हु इज अ सेवक?
हमने सुनी है, हमने सुनी, आज यहीं से सुनी है ये बात.
लेट्स लीव इट देयर. Sambit is going to stay
as far as Rahul Gandhi's charisma is concerned, let's not get into that. We'll all see what happens.
We will discuss that on another day. Thank you very much to both my panelists. I'll be joined by Sambit a little later.